Good morning. Here we are going to start from where we had left on inspection and quality control. Now, previously we had left on final inspection and pilot, which inspection was the place where you initially check the prototype and all the following actual production is based on the prototype. This is generally used in specific places like work, aircraft, vehicles, and all that, motor vehicles, and all that. Final inspection, as we have previously noted down, is the place where the inspection is done after the completion of work. It is like a test run of all the units assembled together, whether the car, the bike, or the scooter, or the aircraft is running smoothly. The test run is completed, and before the product is handed over to the wholesaler or to the customer. It's done to make sure that the product is working as completely bundled together as to the specifications provided to the customer or as generally exhibited to the public or available to the be made available to the public. Now we have this type 100% inspection. 100% inspection will involve careful inspection in detail of the quality at each stage of strategic point or stage of manufacture. For example, if we say that there are four stages of manufacture of a car, then we can employ 100% inspection at any stage. Say where the car doors are being fitted, we can check the whole car in there instead of checking say the cars at different stages. We can check the car there and we can check the car after final inspection. So after 50% is completed and after then we can check 100%, and then when the car is completed then we can make a 100% check. Now various stages of manufacture where the test is involved. Now, this the check should be non-destructive in nature. What do you mean by destructive and non-destructive? Now, some tests of certain products actually, after the test is done, they destroy the product itself. For example, in an iron rod, if you test the strength of a certain rod and then um, um, the tensile quality of a certain rod, how much pressure or weight the rod can bear. The actually the at the end of the test result, the rod is broken or the rod is bent beyond repair, and this is me this or say certain chemicals. If you take a quality control tests or aerosols, that the process is irreversible. That is, we cannot use that chemical in its original um, status or its original phase once again. Now, this is a destructive nature of the test, but this kind of test should be, 100% inspection should be non-destructive in nature. It involves observing the quality without destroying the particular object. It requires more number of inspectors, however, do because the inspection is made and from different angles or different parts of the product. For example, somebody in case of a car, somebody might examine the brakes, somebody might examine the steering, some might examine the mm, engine, and so on and so forth. This is a very costly procedure. Now, however, there is a separate procedure known as the sampling inspection. Now, in this method, randomly selected samples are inspected. Now, the samples taken from different batches of products are represented. Samples taken from different batches of products are representatives, because this representative is a part of the universal group. Now, here you have to understand why the sample must be previously we had stated that we are assuming that the sample is homogeneous. Homogeneous means that all the products are similar, not in nature but in make also. So samples taken from different batches or patches of the products are represented as a total sample. Means say if a batch of say 1000 cars has been made in a day, one particular car is selected for testing, then all the then that car is representative of the performance of all the other 999 cars. Now, if the sample proves to be defective, the entire lot concerned is rejected or recovered. Means what is the difference between rejection and recover? Rejection means the entire lot is totally put to recycle or is totally sold as scrap. Whereas recovered means if the problem is such that we can rectify the same and reintroduce the product into the market. Therefore, it is rectified and the product is reintroduced into the market. Now, total quality management. We have primary elements. Primary element is customer focused. Now, customer focused means the customer ultimately it is the customer who determines the level of the quality. Now, the particular organization may say many things about its quality improvements, about its quality orientation or its quality consciousness, but it is ultimately the customer who judges the quality, because the customer wants something out of every product. If he does receive that thing from a certain product, according to the customer, the efforts and the price he pays are worthwhile. And if the customer doesn't receive that particular quality or if, that he or she is looking into, then the customer perceives that product as of inferior quality. Now we have the total quality management as the primary elements. Now the total employee involvement. The total employee involvement, it can be obtained only when the management has provided the proper environment. What do you mean by the proper environment? Proper environment means that says we have self-managed work teams are one form of empowerment. Now, that is when it can happen when the it's happened actually from the Toyota, the power groups and all that that started from Toyota and it's actually uh, happens and can take place only when employees are empowered and form separate teams other than from the management to enhance and maintain quality. Now, self-managed work team means the workers are arranged into separate groups with one group leader, and the workers concerned themselves take it up as a matter of duty to maintain the quality of the product or the service provided to the customer. The company sets the goals, but the employee themselves they actually set their own personal goals, and which is online with the company's goals, and their own the specific self-empowered work teams goals are aimed to achieve the goal of the organization as a whole. Now it is the process center. In fundamental part, we have this total quality management. Now, total quality management is another fundamental part of the inspection and quality control process. Now, total quality management focuses on process thinking. Now, what is a process? A process is a series of steps which takes inputs from the suppliers. Now, what are the suppliers? Internal or external suppliers, and transforms them into outputs that are delivered to the customers, internal or external. Now, the process is a series of steps that takes inputs from the suppliers, means it takes mm, say data, or it takes products from the suppliers and transforms them into outputs that are delivered to the customer. See, you are taking raw materials from the suppliers, aluminium, oil, etc., aluminium, engine oil, etc., and tires, etc., and you are transforming them into a car to be sold to the customer. Now, in each and every process, from the raw materials to the parts supplied by the products by your vendors, to the assembly of the car as a whole, from the parts supplied by raw materials to the process you are welding them in or joining them in, to the process where you are producing the total car. In each process, there are quality standards and quality consciousness. This is how you maintain the quality control in a total process. Thank you.